What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here. Hey man, I want to talk about this big deal with Irv Gotti, man. He just signed a $300 million deal with a company called Iconoclast. All right, so what I want to do in this video is break down why he got that 300 million, what it's for, how it's being broken up, and get into all of the specifics that we actually have in the public as of right now. Okay, so let's get right into it. So over the course of the last couple of days, Irv Gotti's been talking about this big, massive $300 million deal that was on the horizon. He did an interview with World Star Hip Hop where he talked about it. He released another video earlier today where he was actually at the table signing the paperwork. He was holding back tears. So this is a big deal, not only for Irv Gotti, but for hip hop, for music catalog, all of the above, man. This has been something that's been going on for the last couple of years. A lot of people that had long runs of hits are now deciding to cash in on those records 20 plus years later. So Irv Gotti says, I had a conversation with a billionaire friend of mine, my man Mark Larcy. He owns the Milwaukee Bucks. I've known him for like 20 years. He drilled it in my head. You can't sell what you don't own. And it resonated with me. From there, he explained that the $300 million isn't entirely for his masters. All right. So $100 million of the deal is me selling my masters. What my billionaire homie was saying, he's absolutely right. 20 years later, my masters, and I only own half. I own 50-50 with Universal Music Group. Half my masters is worth $100 million. That's insane. Not only is the company buying my masters, but they're giving me like a $200 million line of credit for me not to just produce and create, but now own my television properties. So for those of y'all that don't really know what Irv Gotti's been up to over the course of the last 5-6 years, he's been producing television shows and movies, kind of like what Dame Dash has been doing and is currently doing. All right, so he's got the Tales series on BET that's been airing for a number of years. He's basically had that under BET's ownership, but now that he's got the bread, he's got the money to actually retain ownership of the intellectual property behind Tales. He's also talking about a new film project that's on the way. He hasn't let out too many details about that as of yet, but he seems very excited about it. Once again, he's going to have full ownership over it, and then he's probably going to go through a distributor that can get it in mainstream theaters and all of those things. But this is a major move for Irv Gotti, man. He's somebody that has been kind of underrepresented in hip hop. He was always overshadowed by Rockefeller, Bad Boy, Rough Riders, like all of those other companies pretty much overshadowed him and everything that he contributed to hip hop. But he's actually been involved in hip hop since the late 80s. All right. He started out as a DJ. He came in under a lot of classic legendary Queens DJs and producers. He came in the game also managing an artist by the name of Mike Geronimo. A lot of y'all probably do not know who he is, but Mike Geronimo was actually supposed to be like the next Nas coming into the early 90s. Now, Mike had some other issues, legal issues. He might have fought some drug issues as well. I'm not sure. Maybe alcoholism, something along those lines. Very personal problems that, he wasn't able to push to the next level. I think he parted ways with Irv Gotti right when he was at that breaking point, when he was about to excel to the next level, because he didn't like the direction that Irv was guiding him in his career. Irv went on to start Murder Inc. Records with his brother, and then he signed Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying? Brought on other artists like Ashanti, Vita, Cadillac Ta, and the list goes on, you know what I mean? They went on to become a super successful label. In the similar vein to Rough Riders and Rockefeller, they had a joint venture partnership with Def Jam under Universal Music, which is why Universal owns 50% of the masters that he's talking about. He owns the other 50%, which he just sold in that stake for $100 million. He also produced on Reasonable Doubt for Jay-Z. He produced the classic song Can I Live that people still listen to this day. So Irv Gotti contributed to a lot, man, but I feel like during the time where he was being indicted for racketeering and all of this type of stuff, he was made out to be a crime boss at the height of his music career, which actually diminished his profile, diminished his value. Everybody that had anything to do with him in the music industry actually parted ways and ran away from any association with him because they really thought that he was going to go down and serve a long time in prison. And they figured that anybody standing next to him would probably either do the same or they would have the same effect that permeated through their life, where other people would dissociate from them. So some people don't like Irv. Some people feel like he's done wrong by Ashanti, and that may be true. But Irv has had a hard time, a very hard time himself. And this $300 million deal basically just gave him an entirely new, clean slate for the second half of his life. So this is a major thing. Now, what I want to do is go ahead and show y'all these videos that Irv posted talking about the deal himself. And then I want y'all to chime in and let me know what y'all think, man.
So tomorrow, I'm signing a deal worth like $300 million. $100 million of the deal is me selling my masters. When you think about that, 20 years later, my masters half, and I only own half. I own 50-50 with Universal Music Group. Half my masters is worth 100. That's f***ing insane.
It is.
You know, the crazy with that is I'm not retiring. I'm taking that 100 and I'm putting it in owning my TV and film project. So now when you see Tales, I'm gonna own that. Now when you see my movie, this movie that my man is starring in, after you enjoy it, you say, yo, Gotti own that. And when you own it, you can sell it.
Listen, you can't talk to him nice. You gotta talk to him back.
I'm a little
nervous? Not nervous.
I'm just
Excited.
This is a big day for me.
Yes. Okay.
I'm signing a deal that's basically gonna change the lives of my family.
Okay.
My sons, my
We
daughter.
with you, buddy.
You know what I'm saying?
Right
And
there.
I can't help.
Something. You're good, Irv. You're good. You need a box of tissues, yo? Okay. No, don't do it like that.
I can't help but think of Poppy, man.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
Poppy is happy for you.
You wanna open?
For
You wanna open that door? You wanna? Yeah. You wanna?
nah, don't worry about it.
Oh, Irv, your passport, I meant your passport and or driver's license.
Can't help think of Poppy, man.
I hear you.
All right, y'all, those are the two videos of Irv talking about his deal. One was him talking about it beforehand. The other was him actually signing the paperwork. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts, man. Make sure that you like and share this video. Like this video. Don't just be watching it, you feel me? And if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. If you've been watching my videos and ain't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. All right? We do this all the time, man. This ain't just a one and done fluke situation, all right? You feel me? But hey, I'm about to sign out. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Much love and respect. Peace.